burn.
Why do you look so short?
I know.
Hey everyone. What is up guys? It is me, Julianna, and this is my dad, Ed, famous E.L.S builder. He built this amazing coffee shop that we're in. If you haven't tuned into our last video, make sure to check it out. We do a full tour of the coffee shop. My dad has been getting a bunch of questions about the coffee shop, either on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, so we decided to do a quick little Q&A just so you guys can know more about the coffee shop and get the answers from the cool kid himself.
I'll try my best.
Question number one, which is like the most frequently asked question, is what made you decide to build a full cafe in your backyard as opposed to like a bar or a shed?
Because I've always liked coffee shops, and I kind of always thought that they're just cozy and it's more of a family thing than a bar, you know, that everyone's drinking, so everybody could come here and enjoy and spend some time reading or doing whatever in here. I think that that would be good.
Yeah, and he has been obsessed with coffee forever. He always drinks coffee, so that just fit.
Yep.
Better than
I feel good here.
How long did the coffee shop take?
Literally, I took 3 months.
3 months later.
To build this coffee shop, to build the shell, and that's pretty much everything. But I'm always putting the final touches on it and stuff, and that only with time could come with, because I'm always finding little things. I take one thing out, I think something else looks better. But the little building windows and doors and just the shell to be closed, I think 3 months.
Yeah, and by the way, it wasn't his like full-time job. He works full-time somewhere else, and this is just in our backyard, so he did this as like a side project. So if he were to do it for someone else, it probably wouldn't take the full 3 months, but he did it only after work and on the weekends.
Yes, and I only had like a good friend of mine help me like 2 days in total, 2-3 days of total labor just to help me raise some of the ceiling, the beams and stuff. But pretty much it was on the weekend project for me, and if I had a day off or after work, come and do it, you know. So yeah, that's why it took me 3 months.
Yeah, a lot of people were just like 3 months, like the contractors, but it was like he only did it like for very little time on the weekends and
yeah,
stuff.
if you figure the total time in it, I probably have 5 weeks in it, and if you really broke it down, if it was a full weeks to build this.
Can you describe it a little, the decor, style, size ish? The decor is just very him. He picked like just...
The decor is pretty much more, I would say, more my style, and that would be more whatever I think kind of looks good. That's my style. You know, I don't have one that I lean to.
Like it's like kind of modern.
It's modern. Modern. I would say modern, but at the same time trying to keep a little old flavor to it. And I think it's just when I see something, it's more what I like, and whatever the materials that I'm able to refurbish and make it look like that it'll work. I go through a lot of stuff, but not everything is what I really like. But when I find it, I use it. Yeah,
that's another fun fact, is that he repurposed a lot of the materials that he used to build the coffee shop. So not everything was like bought for the coffee shop. He just like took it in and kind of made it work. So
that's pretty much it. You know, there's really nothing here to say that that's what I would have built if I had $30,000-$40,000 to do. I wouldn't, you know, I would have a different style. But could I say it would have been better? I don't think so. I think this is my love. This is everything's kind of unique, and that's what I like, you know.
If you were to build something like this for someone, how much do you think it would cost?
Well, I think I could build them the shell and everything. They would have to put their special touch. Nothing like I'm right now building a booth, different things, but all that is, those are little extra things. But I think I could build them something just like this for about $25,000. You know, I'm walking away, not doing like today. Here we have some really nice floor that I chose. So there's some few things that cost me a little money that people could save a few dollars on, and that's up to them what they want to put in.
Just depending on the materials and like the quality of the materials and exactly what you need. But that's just like a rough estimate of what he would price it as. But like you said, if you pick others,
and we have to know that it's not always just the materials. It's the when you get into anything that's custom, it's going to always be a lot more because there's a lot more hours it takes to build something that's custom. And this little place is custom. And that will always vary, you know, because like I said, I've used a lot of refurbished things. You could get easily into a door that you can say, I can have a $200 door. That's something that you will have to create allowance and say, okay, what do you want to, you know, like if I was to build something like that, I would say, okay, now you have a door that gives you up to $200. You have a window that's anything above that, that just raises the price. That's same with the flooring or any of those kind of stuff. That will determine what your final cost of things will. The materials is what's costly. And so many times you could say, wow, this could be 20,000, it could be 40,000. It's just all up to what you want and how far you want to take it. So keep that in mind. You know, the best thing to know is to have a budget of what you want to spend to create a little project, and knowing that, okay, that way someone can really work with that. Because in not being a builder, I've always seen that things could spiral out of control. So it's good to have a budget and say, what do you want to spend, and let the person that's going to do it or whoever to give you and say, this is what you're going to get.
Why the name La Vida? Coffee shop's name is La Vida, if you guys don't already know, which means the life.
It does, and pretty much, but it really means, to me in Spanish, just like living the good life, you know, La Vida, and that's how we say, if we joke around and say, that's La Vida, you know, so that's how I kind of like to look at it. It's like living the good life, pretty much.
This is the good life. We're in the good life.
I mean, good life is all about what you make it, and it's a good life here.
What's on the menu at La Vida? We have
Chocolates or something, though.
We have the menu right here. My dad's big old head is in front of it.
It's not, sorry, take a look, I'll come back.
It's a custom menu, chalkboard menu made by my mother. She is really good at writing, really pretty, as you guys can see. So we have the mocha latte, which my mom her name is Monique. So all of the menu items are actually named after us and the family.
So we have a mocha latte, we have Alex espresso, my sister's name is Alexis, Juju cha cha chai for Mua, and then Cardi Coco. You guys don't know Cardi Party?
My grandson, cool little drink, yep.
And soon I'll have a name for mine. I'm still working on it. I do. I do have the name for it.
Okay, but it's not even on it.
No,
like, how is this
not.
your coffee shop and you don't even have your
You know, I put everyone first.
Aww.
All right.
Any other plans for it?
Yeah, I think with time, the love of it, like I said before, everything's changing. Like you're going to be seeing that I'm changing the booth. Anytime that you do something like that because you love your little spot so much, it's changing as it's evolving. You're kind of seeing what is things that you would feel that it would be or would be more accommodating if you had that. And people could, it's always how do you make it even be more comfortable? And that's what I'm always looking. And it's a challenge, like I say, because anytime you do step into small places, it's that challenge of how can you get more for less in less space. So, and
people always ask, like, when are you going to be done? But like, you probably will never be done, just because you come in here and you like might want to change something, and like you always are working on it to be like,
in reality, I am done. You know, I could say this could be done. It's always done, right? But for me, I always wanted a booth, and that's the thing. So I am trying to create a booth here. She maybe could just show a little, and so it's in the working. But to say I'm working on it, I could have been fine with what I had. But no, I wanted to do that, and I feel I had try to make a little time, and you guys will get to see it real soon.
Any stories about the idea or building process you'd like to share?
That, you know, one thing I would say that anytime you do build anything like this, also the reason it took a little longer than I even thought for me, because I stuck it way in a corner, and to work on something that's in a corner where it doesn't allow you to walk around or do anything in that freedom, it creates different problems that you don't know. You can't get back there when you need to, so you have to think and work backwards sometimes. What are you going to do that you will be able to get there that you can't get later, from painting, from nailing to whatever it is, even the roofing that you know you have to, you just can't go as fast as you want it. So I would say if anyone's building something, keep that in mind. And again, this was an unlevel foundation here. Concrete was just running down, so I built it up. This is a floating foundation right now. That's what's happening, that this, no matter what, water will always run out of here, and I'll never have any water standing still. And that's why this thing is pretty straight too. Took a little extra time.
Any next home improvement projects planned?
I do. I have a little tiny little home or something, sleeping area that I will be coming out with soon, and hopefully I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm still using my creations of what I'm gonna do, but definitely it's gonna be fun.
Are you planning a grand opening? No.
No grand opening but grand opening for my family, yes. You know, I think unfortunately the corona and stuff, but
yeah.
Usually we would have some people gathering, and so that's the reason I've taken the time to kind of work on some of this stuff too, because even though I felt ready, I feel like I can do the things that I don't want to do when we're back to gathering, and right now it's I'm taking that time to do it so I can.
The coffee shop is in his backyard, so it's not open to the public, but hopefully, maybe in the future, you can make something for like the public.
Definitely, because I always was my dream, really. So that was one of the reasons also of the coffee shop, that I just wanted to kind of bring my dream a little closer. So for me, it is, you know, I feel like anyone could serve. There's so many small pop-up coffee shops that you can serve and have a great time in a small space. So I feel even this would work if I had the location and able to financially to do it somewhere. Maybe we'll see what the future holds. I just want to say thank you to everybody, you know, that's taking the time to even support this thing, because like I said, for me it was just my dream stuck back here. My daughter really helped me. Thanks to her, they helped me just kind of show my kind of work, you know, and I'm very grateful to her for that, and you know, just I hope I know we will all enjoy it, and because this place was not just for me, it was for everybody, and I think everybody gets to come in here and not just drink coffee, relax, and it's just a chill space.
What's your favorite snack to have with coffee?
Cheesecake, really.
He's obsessed with cheesecake.
I love cheesecake. I could eat a whole Costco cheesecake if you give it to me. You know, that's the beauty of getting old. I'm not trying to watch my girly figure anymore, you know?
What's the exterior material, the cladding made of?
The cladding is it's pine siding, which is I think it's E.L.S from Home Depot, and it's primered, and it's basically just siding, and it comes in the sheets, 4x8 sheets, so you could use it vertically or laterally. It's up to you how I kind of liked it the way I ran it on this place. I played around. I thought it looked pretty good this way. Also, I just want people, you know, the way I built this place, it made it seem that it's bigger than what it is because of the overhang, and it's kind of nice because with the overhang, when it's raining, I could be out there and have no worries wetting the window. I could have it, and it kind of works out, so that little space outside feels like it's part of this.
Tia Vesna said, who's your favorite sister?
She's my only sister and my favorite sister. So,
okay.
And that's a good thing, is one sister.
Someone said, did your daughter help you? No.
No, she helped me to tell me what to do.
Absolutely, I do.
No, they're not builders, you know, they're tellers.
Yeah.
They're like,
I give them my vision.
no, but you know what? That's more what I need than what them helping me like that. And help
I would be
in a way that I could use it the most help is the way I'm being helped.
How long did it take you to draw up the plans, and what was the most difficult part to build?
Well, for me, drawing the plans on this thing really didn't call for drawing the plans. I have them in my head. I knew what I would build as the foundation. I knew what I would be, and once I would have that, I knew in my head that I would build 4 walls, and knowing that it was a pretty simple thing. It was more in my head. So I did draw it up in my head and pretty much on a paper one day to just think of what I wanted to do. And if I showed you around in this place too, you'll see that a lot of this framing and different through this place. I have different headers, door headers and window heights and different things, because I built it because with time, if I had a window or door that I didn't like, that I thought of it for future use, that I can change up things a lot easier than other people if it was built one way. So I'm always seeing how, I don't have that now, but it'll work now, and I get creative with what I have, and knowing that I have a chance if I find a full-size door that I could put it in there if I had a different size door. So there's a little bit of thinking that's gone into here.
What coffee equipment are you using?
I'm using homegrown. I like to say homegrown. That's right. Mr. Coffee, maybe. You know, I'm just using whatever, you know, it works. But hey, hopefully down the line, I'm get a nice little coffee machine and But
if you guys have any recommendations, let us know down in the comments.
It's not like I'm in crazy or dying because I need it. You know, it'd be nice to have, but right now it's all functional. No, but it's hot as hell in here. AC in the future.
How long did it take him to plan everything out before building?
I took a week to really plan and look at everything, how I was going to do it, and things I knew I was going to have a little problems with. I wanted to make sure I had the proper drainage here, had the proper things that I had to move, and how I would build it that I know they would be sturdy, able to always, like I said, have water drain in from the bottom, make sure that it's level, make sure that nothing, and where it would fit exactly, and where I would be able to get the most space out of it, and not feel like it made my yard small. I'm not living in a big place, a big yard, so it's about how to make it look right and not feel like overwhelming, and I think we were successful with that. Again,
that concludes the Q&A for the coffee shop. Thank you guys again for all of the love.
Yep, a lot of love, and again, it's like a little dream here right now, you know, because I'm kind of still amazed that a lot of people have gotten a chance to see this, and it was never my intention, so just it's just a blessing, you know, and overjoyed with just the outreach from everybody and supporting, and especially not coming from knowing of any of this kind of stuff, how it works, everything, and it's just I thought it was just such a far place to even be. So for me, I'll keep on working and doing and showing, and hopefully you guys will like this. A few other projects I got coming up.
Yes, you guys have to follow him on Instagram at E.L.S. Builds. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any more questions, am
I on Pinterest now? I'm not sure
he
where I'm
doesn't
at.
have a Pinterest account, but people have posted
my pic. Okay. So I'm trying to learn this whole system, you know.
He's not a social media guy at all. He didn't even know what was going on when everything was kind of going.
I'm glad, like I said, she's involved, but soon I will catch on.
But he's learning how to film, and I got him a tripod, so he'll be starting to film his projects. He wants to do few things for people that may not know how to build like massive structures, so beginning to build things or even a little bit more advanced. I'll be doing just about everything. But
I also want to do a lot of basic stuff to show people that to not be afraid of taking on a few things. Like I created put some stuff together too, of some simple stuff too, that will be what will work for people, you know, that hey, they can take the first step into trying a little project and not being afraid. And simple tools probably give you guys some simple tools that you guys should have. That way you can work on them, but you don't have to go all crazy and go spend tons of money, because you can use the same tools for a lot of different things. Well, again, I just want to say thank you, and thanks my girl here. And before we burn up, you know, we're gonna get out of here because she closed some doors on me for this stuff.
We gotta get the lighting good.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow him on Instagram, and we will see you soon.
What's our word?
As we always say, forget
about it.